Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the second Flyers Friday flashback of the season. Today, we're going to be going back to 2012, a little more recent for the Flyers, as you saw in the first one. We went all the way back to 1974, but we're going to skip ahead a good chunk of time in Flyers history. Go to 2012, Game 6, Flyers versus Penguins. I think everybody knows what happened in this one, and yeah, just a really, really fun game. So let's get into this one.
Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup.
Ross is in the slot. Ross moves in. There's Lindros. He scores!
Both masks are up and away they go. Oh, they're trading right.
It goes wide. Side and then Giroux back in. They score! Claude Giroux puts the Flyers on top.
All right, so again, like I mentioned, really fun game. Flyers beat the Penguins 5-1. Crazy series, right? I mean, so many goals, just horrible goaltending for both teams. Claude Giroux ended up breaking a Flyers record in this series in points. Just incredible, and obviously to start off the game, the big hit, the shift for Giroux. Obviously, there's the shift for Richards and all of that too. Lines in this one, Hartnell, Giroux, Yager, Schenn, Briere, Simmons, Reed, Van Riemsdyk, and Voracek, Talbot, Couturier, and Wellwood. Defense, Coburn, Timonen, Lilia, Carl, Kubina, and Gustafsson, and Brizgalov was in net for the Flyers. He was very good in this game. Again, like I mentioned, first period, 32 seconds in, bam, 1-0 Flyers. The hit from Giroux on Crosby, steals the puck, ends up sniping it past Fleury, who really did not have a good game at all in this one. Honestly, as I was watching this game and just overall, the team scoring first has lost each game in this series. That's third all time in NHL history that's happened. 51 goals up until Game 6, and you can tack on, after this game, another 6 to that total, make it 57. And the Penguins will get a power play early here, though, to try to tie it. Briere with a high stick. It was a 2-minute penalty. Malkin had a shot off the side of the net. Talbot with a nice play at the line on him before that. Timonen lost his stick. The Flyers had a really good box on that penalty kill. They kept everything to the outside. Didn't really give the Penguins much of anything. Killed that one off. Gustafsson had a really nice play to block a pass by Malkin. Voracek had a chance before that went way wide. The game kind of settled down. The Flyers, their first shot and only shot for the first 8.5 minutes of this game was the Giroux goal. Hartnell had a nice hit on McCulloch. Again, they had a lot of hits. The crowd was certainly into the game. That was one of the main things in this one. Flyers will get a power play here, though. Interference on Cook. And that was a play on Braden Schenn in the neutral zone. 2-0. Hartnell scores. It was a play from Giroux. One-timer. It sat in the crease. Hartnell slams at it, goes in. The power play up until that point was 11 for 20 in the series. So make that now 12 for 21. 7 for 12 at home. Now you can make that 8 for 13 at home on the power play. That's just incredible. And the quick puck movement that you saw a lot on the goals, especially in the 2012 playoffs for the Flyers, were getting the quick passes, giving the defense no time, right? And you saw it on Giroux's goal in Game 1 against New Jersey. Just the quick passes, the one-touch pass from Timonen to Giroux, the one-timer ends up going high glove. This one is another one that, Timonen and Voracek straight over the shot, and it's just like Pittsburgh had no chance. Yager had a chance that goes high. Hartnell with a shot that deflected. Really good shift by that line. It was a beautiful pass by Giroux to Hartnell on the saucer pass. Flyers get a power play again late. Chance in front for Simmons. It deflected up high. Yager had a chance that went high as well. Really good period. You're up 2-0. I mean, the one biggest thing in this game for me was you gave Pittsburgh nothing. You like Brizgalov didn't have really many hard saves to make at all. As the game was kind of going on, the Flyers were shutting down Crosby. They were shutting down Malkin. They had a guy on them. Neal was pissed off. Like, there were so many different things. And the Penguins, just every game that the Flyers won in this one, and especially in the series, was just like they had that 1,000-yard stare on the bench, like just kind of like looking like this, like they were like helpless. And again, second period starts back and forth. Really, the Penguins again, like I said, they haven't really done a lot in a while. Vitali ended up having a shot in front that ended up going wide. Voracek passed to Briere on a 3-on-2. It was a nice rush, fast rush. They had, they really generated that with speed. Chance for Yager in the slot, almost went in. Gustafsson scores 3-0. Deflected in off of McCulloch, and that's just one that Fleury he had to have for Pittsburgh. He doesn't. He was awful, really, in this entire series. Gustafsson absolutely snipes it by him. It did deflect too at the same time, but it still was a great shot. Bilesma was talking to the Penguins at the TV timeout. He was trying to get something going. Malkin hit the crossbar in tight. Then they get a power play. So this is where something could have changed, and it changes a little bit for the Penguins. Malkin does score. The Flyers had 4 chances shorthanded before the goal. Talbot with a pass to Giroux. Reed had a shot. Couturier, and then Talbot had a little backhander before that pass to Giroux as well. And Briere, right after that, would get the goal back for the Flyers. But Malkin scores before that. Tried. It was a tough play because Lilia, he kind of sat back. He tried to block it, and Malkin ended up picking a corner. But the Flyers got it right back. Briere scores. Drop pass from Voracek. Cutting in, he kind of used that speed that he does. It's just a really nice play. Ends up trickling in, and Briere just got enough on and ended up going over the line. And the Flyers got the momentum right back. Penguins with the power play here. It was a trip on Hartnell. Brizgalov had a couple good saves. Probably one of their best chances was the play from Niskanen on the power play for Pittsburgh. It was a good penalty kill overall from the Flyers. Good shift by the Couturier line. After that, Coots with a chance through the crease. Flyers were very aggressive. They won a lot of puck battles. That was one of the main things. I mean, you took the Penguins out of this game physically. You had a lot of hits. You had 33 block shots at one point to the Penguins 13. Like, there were so many different things. They just dominated them. The goals in the third period so far in this series, the Flyers had 8. The Penguins had 2. And that would end with the Flyers getting another one in the third period. So nine goals in the third for the entire series for the Flyers. Penguins only with 2, as the Flyers would have an empty netter from Brady Chen. Before that, they did get a power play. They didn't really do much with it, and that being the Flyers. And then the stat ended up coming up on TV. Giroux with 14 points in the series. That was a Flyers record. Briere had 12 in the 2010 finals, and Barber had 12 in the 1980 finals against the New York Islanders. Penguins will get a power play here. It was a breakaway for Giroux. Almost could have been a breakaway. Partial, really. Letang ended up getting back on him. He didn't really get a shot off. Voracek and Shen with a 2-on-1 ended up going over a stick. Talbot had a chance before that. Penguins empty net with about 3:30, and then the crowd starts going with the hey, 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 goodbye, like those chants, and then you can't beat us, all that stuff. Empty net goal from Shen, 5-1 would be the final, and that was the 4th series of 6 all time that the Flyers won. I think one of the biggest things with the Flyers and Penguins, right, as I mentioned, that's 4th of all time out of 6 against Pittsburgh. So many different stuff, and just the way that the crowd was in the game, the way that the hits, the goal from Giroux, all of that stuff, it was just awesome. And, just going back and watching games like this is just so fun. So next Friday, we're going to be doing a little bit different. Going to be going back in time a little bit. Again, I said I'm going to be going all over the place with this. So hope you guys enjoyed. Again, yeah, stay tuned for the other game recap videos and all of that stuff. Same thing as the watch parties. Still have a couple more of them coming as well. There's a watch party tomorrow for the Flyers versus Red Wings game, March 25th at 1 o'clock. That stream will start at 12:30 here on YouTube. Thanks everybody so much for all the support, and I'll talk to you all again soon.